And on the back, you do have that camera setup. It's a triple camera setup, which is really good. And I'll be honest, you have the 48 megapixel wide angle lens, a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, then a 16 megapixel ultra wide sensor. And I've said this before and I'll pretty much say it again. The biggest asset for these type of devices, especially this one, is that it has the telephoto and ultra wide sensors combined. So whenever you have a device at this caliber with those triple camera setups and it has those capabilities, that always just adds to the whole entire character of these type of devices. You're having that triple camera setup so you can zoom in a lot and you can zoom out a lot. So that in and of itself is a huge thing. I'm glad this thing doesn't have some random macro lenses or a LiDAR sensor or something. This thing has 3 functional lenses that I can see people using time and time again. Now you have the ability of doing 4K at 60, which is great. And I actually do think the back camera of this phone is actually pretty decent. Again, I'm not like some type of photo or videographer. I just take photos and see how good they look. And this camera actually takes pretty decent photos for the most part, which gets a thumbs up for me. The software also, obviously it's not my favorite software that this thing's running, but it does have a lot of features built in. So that in and of itself is another huge plus for the Xiaomi Mi 9. On the front, however, you do have a 20 megapixel wide angle lens, but it can only shoot 1080p videos. And I'll tell you this, since, 2019, all the phones, for the most part, a lot of the phones that came out in 2019 had 4K capability on the front. There still are some rare exceptions. Phones like the OnePlus devices and stuff still can only shoot 1080p photos and videos on the front, but it would have been nice had this thing had a little bit maybe 4K at 30 or something. But again, 1080p I guess is okay. This thing wasn't necessarily trying to be like a crazy flagship killer, but it did have a really respectable specs for the most part for the price tag that it was released in. So in terms of that really pretty much covers it up for the most part in the camera setup. Now